Bloody thing. Anyway, hello! Welcome to the Green Machine Live from Paris. As you can see, I am sweating like a something that I cannot mention because it will get thrown off of YouTube. What's your excuse, Martin? Why are you sweating? You're all
Oh, it's very,
sweaty.
very, very hot here in London, and probably feeling the pressure that I need to kind of move my ass and get ready for my journey over
And
to
have we?
join you tomorrow in Paris.
Yes, you are. Thank you to everybody who's joining. I must apologise, first of all, for the sound quality. I have had a bit of a nightmare today. Basically, the Wi-Fi is working on the phone, and that's the only reason I could do this. The microphone won't work with the phone. The headset that I have won't work with this phone. The Wi-Fi won't work with the laptop. And yeah, it's just been a bit of a mess. So I do apologise that.
Oh, there you go. The curse. So Dave's obviously gone there. Oh, he's back. Here we are.
He's back. He's picking his nose. Yeah, sorry guys. It's just a really shit hotel.
Nice.
It is. I'm sorry, but it is. It's sweaty. It's warm, Martin. And it's a good thing I'm wearing a black shirt. The only good thing about today is check this out.
You have your lanyard for your media pass. Nice one.
It's in French.
Oh.
Imagine that. Yeah. Not to be used on match day.
Oh, so you get another one tomorrow then.
Yeah, I tell you what though, I might need to use that because when I showed up at the stadium, I hope they're not watching this, but the look they gave me, like I had steaming turds hanging out of my mouth, a bit like you after a conversation, and sorry, we're going real classy with this one. It is 11:15 my time. I've been up since 4 o'clock, so do pardon me. I've been traveling around Paris all day, walking like a bloody with a massive rucksack on my back. That's what you have to deal with, Martin. When you get in, I got the 601 from St. Pancras to Gardenois. I was in hold on. We've got pictures, folks. Don't worry. It's just a bit slow. Here, look at this. Check this out.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. I did actually have some pictures of my legs to show my room, but there you go. What will you want tomorrow, Martin? When you get into France?
I'm on the 10:30 one tomorrow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice, easy kind of journey, isn't it? Eurostar, so yeah, traveling from St. Pancras, and yeah, a few hours, isn't it? So it's a nice, easy one.
2 hours.
Done
2 hours 20.
Yeah, done it a few times now. It's always been good. I actually did it 2016 for the Euros. I went in and out every game basically that way, like Eurostar, and then traveled down on different trains and stuff. So yeah, well used to it now, and yeah, great service and everything on it. You can bring. I actually got the email today, the bag of cans, basically confirmation. So you're allowed to bring 4 cans. It actually says 4 cans. So
4 cans, good.
I thought that was pretty kind of accommodating, because I saw actually during the Euros, it kind of, when I got the email, I thought, oh geez, oh yeah, I remember that, and it did kind of remind me of the Euros, people trying to get through with slabs, which I thought was,
that's probably why I had the 4 can rule in, because of people like you. I will be in Standard Premier. I will be sipping on a lovely coffee and croissant or Danish or whatever it was, and stale fruit. It was that wasn't too good. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If by the way, on this, if you're coming to France, if you're already here, tell us where you're staying. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us what your plans are. How are you getting on? I'll tell you what, Martin. I've been a bit surprised walking around Paris today, and I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen any Irish people. Very quiet.
Dave, I have to jump in here. What are we again? What are the Green Machine Podcasts? We're the most interactive podcast. You forgot your introduction.
I did. But I literally have a hamster, a Nick's hamster, running this hotel room at the moment. We are Irish football's most interactive podcast. Thank you, Martin. So have your say, as you see there. Get involved. So I'm doing this on my phone, so it's not as good. We will be live from Paris, from the Parc des Princes. Tomorrow we will be doing a pre-game stream. Have your say as always, and then we'll be having a post-match reaction. So we'll see how we get on. Just let us know what do you think. How do you think we're going to get on tomorrow? No Evan Ferguson. That was partly clear. That was answered today actually in the press conference. What time is it? I can't say anything. I'm 11 minutes away from the embargo. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
right. Fair play. You're right.
You're
right.
Yeah. I'll tell you in 11 minutes.
There was a bit of clarification then, was there, of the situation with Evan and
yes. A few bits from the pod. I did actually record it, but couldn't edit it and put it onto the laptop, put it on the stream because the Wi-Fi. The hotel, but anyway, but basically, yeah, there's a few things. Obviously, Andrew Amamadeli didn't actually travel with the squad initially, but he is here now. I did see him. He had a family emergency. His grandfather passed away, so our condolences there to him and his family. So hopefully he will be right. The attitude, his mentality will be right there for that game, and definitely our condolences go out there to him. John Egan, still not sure. He was in the press conference with Kenny today, so he's the confirmed captain, but they're keeping that one close to the chest. There was no. It's kind of funny because Philip Egan, not Philip Egan, Philip Quinn, lovely man. I was chatting away to Philip Quinn there today. I had a good chat. Him and Brendan, what is his name? The lad from Irish News, Brendan Cresson?
Can't remember.
Type it in there, will you? Because if I do that, my screen's kind of... Anyway, type it in. Go on. I can. I have no... lovely man, lovely guy. I'm butchering your surname, Brendan. I do apologise. I was chatting away to those guys. We actually got kicked out of the... we went up too high watching the training session. The French one, and they sort of just like kicked us out and just went, no, you can't be here. I have to say, it was when I was going through, it's the first stadium I've gone to where they've actually checked my bag. I'm a journalist, pal, and he laughed at my tripod.
Brendan Crossan.
That's the one. Lovely fella, nice man. And it was funny, we're all like, oh yeah, no, I was like, why are you? We've seen you on these trips. Who are you? That's pretty much what he said. I said, well, I'm from Lansdowne Road on the Green Machine. Oh, Lansdowne Road. I get stuff from Lansdowne Road on my timeline because you follow the page, Philip. I know you follow the page. And he was like, oh yeah, I do, yeah. And nice guys. But yeah, we did get kicked out of that. But yeah, security laughed at my tripod. My actual tripod. That's not a double entendre.
Oh, look at you being French. So tell me, so you got to watch a bit of the training, and obviously you had Stephen Kenny done his press conference. John Egan was there as well. We've seen some stuff that it can be released from the press conference.
Yes.
You know, some quotes have come through and things, which is
obviously
that's what it's all about, I suppose. But
you read them out.
Well, you know, some facts first. Well, now we'll go with the. Should we go with the comments? I'm just checking to see where they are now.
You're losing them, Martin. Come on.
I've got the French stuff. Well, I've actually got some. I mean, the FAI sent through a kind of fantastic preview as well, which
it's actually very good, wasn't it? Very handy.
Very good.
Mention a French. No, for the love of God, Martin, mention a French team. We don't upset Nick. We don't upset Nick. We go.
So obviously we're kicking off 8:45 local time, France 7:45. So yeah, I mean I'm coming to Paris tomorrow. One of the headaches for fans before we come on to the team news and what the press conference was is that Irish fans, they're expecting 1,700, which is not too bad. You know, for the kids have just gone back to school, lots of in Ireland and England. You know, it's not a bad traveling number really. You know, we were thinking, is it down a little bit? People kind of losing the faith, but you know, 1,700 Irish fans traveling over, very easy and relatively to get to from London. And you know, I've seen fans already commenting on the page here saying they're coming over from Germany and different people taking different routes, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's going to be a big, massive test, as we know that. And Stephen Kenny in the press conference today, so he was asked, does he kind of view himself as being unlucky? And he said he doesn't look at it like that. I'm very privileged to manage the Ireland team. I always have been. We're obviously missing a number of players, 5 attacking players in particular, Obafemi, Ferguson, Callum Robertson, Troy Parrott and Mikey Johnson. I mean, when you actually put it like that, that's incredible, that front line. I mean, we would be, you know, we could put a fantastic kind of forward line out and a mix of them. So, but he just says it gives other players the opportunity to play, and that must be embraced. Over the last few years, we've given 18 players their debut. And because of that, we've got an extended pool of players to pick from, and one of them can now step up. So we're excited about the game. Some people don't give us much of a chance, but we've got a firm belief in ourselves, and we give ourselves every chance.
How dare you, Stephen Kenny? These comments, I haven't read them yet. I'm sure they're going to be absolutely so positive about tomorrow's game.
Exactly. And then John Egan, he was asked as well, like, what's happening and what his thoughts of it were. And he just said, we know they're a top team, but we've got to embrace these games. We embraced it in Dublin. We put in a really good performance that we can take a lot of confidence from. And I think we deserve a draw that night, only for their goalkeepers. World-class save at the end. We might have got that. I mean, we've seen clips today being shared, that save, and it's heartbreaking seeing that. It was unbelievable, wasn't it? As defenders, as players, as a squad, we have to embrace it. It's one of the toughest games in professional football against France, and we have to perform to our maximum to get a result, but we've a lot of belief in ourselves as a squad. We are always brilliantly prepared for games, and we have to make sure we go out and perform to the best of our ability. So, yeah, I mean, look, we know the testers they're going to offer. I think the FAI, sadly, I hope they're not jinxing it, because Kylian Mbappe has played twice against Ireland, and he's had 6 shots without success in those games. He's never scored against us, which is brilliant, but he has obviously been involved in 15 goals in his last 10 starts for France. So that's 12 goals and 3 assists, and it's frightening, really. And obviously you can work out that one of them was the World Cup final when he got a hat-trick. So we know what they're about. I mean, they're an incredible side. We've got some quotes I'll go through later with, Griezmann and also Didier Deschamps. But
yeah, he thinks Evan Ferguson plays for Crystal Palace. I got in. Yeah, he said Crystal Palace. Now, whether he said it or the interpreter said it, because it was kind of weird. Did you ever see Star Trek, or when you go into the UN, they all have the headset?
Yes.
And because I was a little bit late, because I wasn't, but by the time I got there, and they all had these headsets, and I couldn't quite understand what was going on there. Really, fantastic report. A fantastic roaming reporter here, isn't it? Can't get the Wi-Fi working. But anyway, and
it's interesting. I've got a quote from Deschamps on him. I think he's a very good player. This is on Evan. He's shown really good qualities with his own club. I know he's made few appearances with his national team, but with his club, he's a very good player. Maybe he has a different profile as a player, but I know that he has so many attack qualities as an attacking player. I know he's going to be a very efficient player. Maybe I know he's going to get even better in the future, but I think that's an important loss for the team of Ireland not to have such an important player. This is a question I pose to you, Dave. With the speculation, I know we're probably about 5 minutes away now of maybe you being able to tell us a bit more, but Evan pulling out of the squad, we could see the brilliant media coverage, the FAI's, roaming cameras, seeing the lads come into the Castle Knock Hotel and, arriving for camp, and bit of piss taken from Shane Duffy saying, "Oh, you're a superstar now, and there's a camera following you," and all that kind of stuff. Did someone score a hat trick? I thought it was quite funny. I mean, it just shows great camaraderie between the players and stuff.
That's one thing I noticed.
My question, Dave, is why did we, if it's not a very serious injury, did he have to go back to his club? Could we not have kept this under our chest a little bit? Travelled over to France. It's one game, just to go over, be part of it, and perhaps a bit of kidology and let France prepare as if they're playing against Evan Ferguson.
Well, I can't. Well, I can't answer it. Ask me that question in about 2 minutes, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. Happened. And he might be going to England. No, God, no, Jesus.
That started off the whole debate, then, didn't it? There's someone got there.
I actually, right, when it was announced on, because we get the FAI media updates, which are fantastic. Actually, they're very, very helpful. And I shared a picture. I went, "Oh, jeez," Evan Ferguson's out of the match, and people, because I heard he had a knock in the Newcastle game where he scored a hat trick, and I thought that would be enough. But people are like, "Oh my God, is he going to England?" What? He's going to England, isn't he? He's going to England. And I'm like, no. I was like, no, and I had to go edit it and clarify it. And like, no, he's not going to England. Relax. It's an injury, and it is. But yet again, I can't quite. And we'll go back to that in about 90 seconds time. One thing I did notice. I have to do it properly. Some other pages haven't respected embargoes. I always have, and we always have, Martin, to be fair. But I have noticed that the players, they did look quite relaxed. I did share a picture, on the page earlier on, that the lads look quite relaxed. It seems to be very, I didn't get any nerves from the team. Maybe it's because it's a bit of a free swing, isn't it? France and Paris in the Parc des Princes. By the way, check this stadium out. I have a video here. By the way, your comments are coming in. Keep them coming in, guys. I want to hear from you. You guys make the show. Well, actually, that's a lie. I make the show. No, I'm just joking. Well, I do, actually. Martin, you sort of make the show, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to... I'm not going to swear. Not going to swear. But here's the video, right? So here is the view that I had going into the Parc des Princes.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It does, but if you actually have a look at this here, it's a very old stadium. I think, obviously, the club, it was built for the club. The club was only founded in 1970. So obviously it would have been designed in the 60s and built in the very late 60s. But when you see it like that, and all the blue and the red, and it looks gorgeous, but have a look at this, though. Here's another video where I have a proper look up under the bonnet, should we say. Did it?
Was that?
Did I play properly from the start? It didn't, did it?
No, not really.
Hold on. We'll try that again. So it's all like concreted. It's all 1960s. It looks really, really bad. It's a decent ground, though. Like, we were going through on the inside. Obviously, the very wealthy owners. Right, we're 11:01. So I can tell you what happened with Evan Ferguson. Might be a podcast exclusive. This. Sorry, guys. There is an embargo. We have the live section, then you have the embargo, and we have to honour that. Basically, it's a long-standing injury. He's carried this injury for quite some time. I don't know what the injury is. He didn't say. He was a bit coy at Stephen Kenny, but he was carrying an injury into the game against Newcastle, and he's been holding on to it, and I was just sort of exasperated. Now, I'd imagine he didn't go into it. The reason why he actually, because of the whole FIFA ruling, isn't it, that, back in the old day, Dalglish or Fergie would go, no, you're not going, injured. Well, you actually have to go over, and the Irish medical team have to assess you. Apparently, Evan said himself to the medical team that he felt quite sore. Those are Stephen Kenny's words, that he was quite sore and he just couldn't play, and that was it. He's not going to England. That's not what's happening. Yeah. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was mad. That speculation, and probably in a way on some exchange I was having yesterday, I was probably a bit responsible for it. Trying to check out different rules and the rules of eligibility have changed.
Yeah, you had your little tin hat on, didn't you? You had your little what's it? A tinfoil hat on. You're getting into all that.
Yeah, but look, I understand. Yeah, this rule is interesting. That they have to be ruled out by the medical staff, and that was something, as we are the voice of Irish football and nostalgia, especially back in the day under Jack, especially a lot of the lads, in a less professional time, I would say, used to often be carrying injuries, knowing they would be then ruled out, but would never miss the Sunday night session in Dublin. So would declare, make themselves available, and then have the night out, and then would be, oh, well, I've got to go back to my club now. So we know that doesn't happen anymore. But, it's a massive loss, Evan, because, if he would have been fighting fit, it would have been a real confident player going into Parc des Princes and taking them on. And
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it, like, let's go a bit about the Ireland team at the moment, and we will get to the French, don't worry. It's a bit of a mixed bag, I think, with the Irish team, because we're going to have, I was supposed to do a whole graphic with a predicted starting 11. Sorry, guys. Never got to that because, anyway. You got Gavin Zunu, shipped 5. On the weekend for Southampton. I did see don't want to read too much into it, but it was kind of weird because obviously when the lads are going through the paces, and you know, Stephen Kenny will just kind of, the coaches will do all that, and Stephen will kind of he'll just sort of kind of observe, and people will go speak to him. He kind of had a little word in the ear, Queven Kelleher. I was thinking, surely not. You know, he's not going to do the whole thing of, well, you know, Gavin's shipped 5. He maybe he's not right in the head. Not right in the head. That's wrong. But you know, his mentality probably isn't right, and you know, you might you know, Queven, maybe it's time for you to come in and give the kid a break. You know, I was thinking,
he did say out that they
surely not.
The session. That's what they did say. Everyone was available. Like, for example, Egan's been declared fit enough to play. Matt Doherty obviously suspended.
Manning is carrying a knock, by the way. He did say that Ryan Manning is carrying a knock. So there are a few of them that it's not. Yes, they all travelled, but they're not all 100% fighting fit. So I mean, if we're going to go into, have you got the list of predicted teams there in front of you? I can't get to it. Yeah. Because I've had my little tinfoil hat moment there with Queven Kelleher. I mean, I don't know. You know, we're not privy to these things. You kind of sit there, you watch, and you watch for these little things, and you can't hope for a bust up. No, you not with the Irish team, with the French team, hopefully. Although they've had a fair few, but obviously, I think McLean is gonna. I think we've all can agree that he's going to play left wing back. I could see Jason Knight playing as a right wing back as well. To be honest, I know he did quite well against Gibraltar and was only against Gibraltar, but it's a case of, you know, Ryan Manning isn't fully fit, and he hasn't fancied him in the past. He hasn't got Matt Doherty. He's suspended. He hasn't got Seamus Coleman. He's out of injury. Festy Abiselli, is he gonna throw him in the deep end and give him his first international, imagine his first senior start against France and Paris? You know, it's I don't see who else he's going to put in. He's no Callum McDowell. He's out injured. All joking aside, so it's going to be Jason Knight, isn't it?
Yeah, on the back of the. Oh, I mean, the only other thing, if he goes very, very conservative and goes with Alan Brown coming in as right wing back there, but it's going to be 5 at the back, isn't it? He's going to play 3 centre backs. You know, I predicted on Mobama, Collins, and O'Shea, and basically I was leaving Egan out just because of the injury, so I was going to bring Omo in for him. But I think so. Yeah, he'll be there. I think McLean will play left wing back. I think Knight will possibly. You know, I put Knight down, but you know. It's going to be targeted. You know, that Mbappe's going to target that side surely and go. You know, Seamus Coleman done a fantastic job against him in Dublin, but a natural defender, and Knight has brought in that last 18 months, really seeing him kind of get chance in that position, and especially not at that high level. So I think it's a massive night for him, but where I think we might have a bit of cuteness maybe from Stephen Kenny is, you know, that same night again, it didn't really work for a while, but Ogbene was our plan to break out and counter, and I think Ogbene will have he can play that role as well. He will get back and help double. Do you reckon
Ogbene? I reckon Ogbene and I'd up front with Smallbone, Cullen, and Malumbi in midfield.
Well, I've gone with go on. Sorry.
No, that's who I think.
Oh yeah, I've gone with. I think he'll have Adam Ida lead the line, and he'll go with Connolly and Ogbene kind of as outballs on the left and right, respectively. Ogbene on the right, and then he'll have like in a way it'll be like 5-4-1 in a sense, because I think
you don't think he'll go with it. You don't think he'll go with his usual 3 in the middle? You think he'll go?
I think he. I think it will kind of become a 4, because I think he'll go Cullen, Malumbi, and it will be kind of like Cullen sitting, and then Malumbi, Ogbene, Connolly. It'll be very containing, and Ida kind of holding things up and trying to get out. A little bit like, a little bit like Portugal away in Faro, when Adam Ida started up front and Connolly was actually played that night and had a couple of great chances that night. You know, we are more than capable of putting in a big performance against top opposition. We can do it. We did very well in Dublin. You've got to go over there, being positive. We've had a massive setback with Evan being out. But let's also remember that Evans had 6 caps for Ireland, and however well he's doing in the Premier League, even it was a daunting task for him in Dublin starting that night. He was a bit lost there because we didn't get the ball up to him. And actually, Adam Idah is, you could say, a bit more experienced at the international level than him, even though he's had injury problems, of course. But, he did really, really well in Faro that night. So I'm not too worried about him coming in. It's obviously the clinicalness of the Mikey Johnson's probably one of our biggest losses because he's definitely the pace and trickery and the outball, basically.
No, I agree. What's your prediction? And by the way, guys, I want to hear your prediction. I want to hear what you think. I'm going to get to the comments very, very shortly. What do you think, Martin? What's your prediction for tomorrow night? Not what you hope, what you think it's going to be.
I think it'll be a 0-0. I don't think we're going to score, but I think we can contain them. And I think that's a hell of a result if we can stop them scoring, to be honest. And I think it'll just be a glorious 0-0, like it was under Brian Kerr in whatever it was, 2003, 2002.
4. I remember that particular. It was actually a comment alluding to that, because obviously we've only got 1,700, but we had 15,000, didn't we, or 20,000 in Stade de France that night. I actually watched that game back. That's one we'll have to cover. That wasn't a great performance, and that France team is missing half their team. Really, really depleted French team. But anyway, that's for another day. Look, I'd love a draw. I would love if we got a draw in France and we managed to win at home against Holland. It's back on. It's all to play for. And you know what? Boom. We're on an upward curve again. I just have a feeling that's what I want. I would love a result. I'd love us to qualify. I love Stephen Kenny. Everything to work out for him because he's such a lovely fella and he's a great football man and the whole lot. And he's just great for the team, great for the country and all of that. But I can just see it as a 3-0. I can see it as a mauling, if I'm honest with you. He was asked about the heat, if the heat would be a factor. It is warm. It's going to be about 32 tomorrow. It is going to be warm. So that might be a factor. The lads might start to tire a little bit. No trip to Turkey this time.
No, I mean, looking at their results as well, France, though, they were fortunate. I mean, Greece, all right, we were very disappointed that we lost 2-1 over there to them, but they beat Greece at home 1-0. 10 men Greece, but they were 1-0 up before the 10th. They went down to 10 men. And it was a Griezmann penalty, so they didn't absolutely hammer them. They beat Gibraltar 3-0. Again, that's going to be expected. But the big result in the group was the opening one when they beat Holland 4-0 and they absolutely gave them a hiding. And they were 3-0 in 21 minutes. And
do you know how hot it is here, right? Let me show you how hot it is here. Have a look at it. I was going to put this on the page, and I went, no. Have a look at this.
A sweaty you.
That is how hot it is here. The absolute state of that. The state of that picture, that's how bad it is. Actually, some lovely pictures here. So, when I was on about the old concrete.
Yes, yeah.
There you go, proper 60s. A nice view of it there.
But the humidity is, I know the FAI have put up today, haven't they, about the humidity and the 0 chance of rain, humidity 40% or whatever. It's going to be stifling hot there. And, the lads are going to have to adapt with those conditions and fitness will come into it as well. A lot of our lads are not playing week in, week out. It will come in, but I'm hoping that it's early enough in their season. 3 or 4 games they've had, most of them, maybe 6 in the championship.
Yeah.
So you're hoping they're conditioned enough from their preseason to be ready for this, and I think that's what I go in hope of, that we will be able to match them probably physically and hope that we can catch them off in a sense. But I think another game we can't ignore tomorrow night is Netherlands at home to the Dutch is at the same. Oh, sorry, Netherlands at home to the Dutch. Netherlands at home to Greece. Sorry, same time. So we've got to keep an eye on that one as well because that will have an impact on the group. And yeah, we're.
Well, yes, if we're still in with a chance, then it's all still relevant. If not, just a couple of facts. We haven't beaten France since 1982. Sorry, 1981. For it was 3-2 win actually, and we haven't beaten them away for 7 games. Now, some will count 2009 Henry, but I don't know. I mean, we've got a very
count the 90 minutes, yeah. But
we're counting 90 minutes, but we've got a very poor record against these guys. I mean, I don't know.
They've got absolute quality throughout their team, haven't they? That's the thing. And
frightening.
And when it comes to a mistake, they capitalise on them as they did in Dublin. And if you said we're going to play against Mbappe three games, is he going to score against you? If you're a betting man, you'd be going, oh, he's probably going to get a goal against Ireland at one chance or another. So one of those 3 games, and he's due it now, sadly, which I'm kind of jinxing it all about. But I'm
going to score like a hat trick.
I'm hopeful, that we get a result and put performance. Okay. And I hope you get that for Stephen Kenny. These are the games that we're not hopeful of getting a result. It was, and I think on the back of the disappointment, sadly, I think the tide has turned a little bit. Some of the match going, or I know a lot of people are actually not going to the game. Not from West London, to be honest, but other supporters clubs I know are not going. I'm not digging them out because it's the first time of year, for example. But
not digging them out. Not Risk London, just all the others. Not digging them out.
The talk is, Stephen Kenny be gone after this, and that's all speculation. Is chatting about that, and they're kind of not worried, that they're not bothered. That they're kind of, the view is that it's time to go, and these aren't the games we would have dictated where we're going to qualify in a way. It was the Greece one. It's the other games, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, it does seem very, like I was getting a little report back in Ireland. I don't think it's not really been covered back home too much. Not too many people are kind of interested, because I think it's kind of dead. I think people are expecting us to get high and dead rubber.
And the Rugby World Cup's on as well.
And the rugby. One of the guys actually asked Stephen in the second part of the press conference. It was in French, but it was obviously to the Irish rugby team. How disrespectful is that? Like, did you take a wrong turn, sir? Did you? You're in the wrong stadium. Piss off. Go to a rugby bloody match. Basically, so guys, tomorrow, remember, it's in the Parc des Princes. Don't show up at Saint Denis. Whatever you do, it's in Zone 1. Zone 1, and if you're going on the metro, Auteuil. The name of I was supposed to have all of this information for them, but the bloody Wi-Fi. But yeah, if you get the number 10 to Auteuil, the number 10 metro, so 7 and 10 from where I am. But anyway, it's in Zone 1. So if you're going on the thing, have you seen the state of them? Like, I mean, first of all, the state of that, it's paper. Anyway, in London, we use our phones when we use our metro. Don't have one in Dublin. Sorry, Nick. But yeah, you have this thing, and it is like something out of Star Trek, where you have to roll it for it to match up your destination, and you have to, like, really, just let me tap my card in and let me go. I will never slag the London Underground again. It's beautiful. I love the London Underground. Love the tube. So anyway, guys, we will be around somewhere tomorrow. Whereabouts are we hanging around, Martin?
Well, I'm going to be hanging around. No, not strip bar, sadly.
I wasn't sure if you heard that.
Yeah, Saint Claude, which is right near the Parc des Princes. As I said, Irish fans have got to go up to collect their tickets from
I think it was there
area, and it's right next to the stadium, so it's just, where you get out to go to Parc des Princes. And yeah, there's a cafe restaurant that we're going to be going to before the game called the Indiana. So that's just where I'm doing meeting some people, do tickets there.
We're going to be there
outside it. Lots of areas out there as well, but we're going to be there and having a chat, aren't we? And chat to Irish fans, get their views on all things Irish football. Hopefully,
give you a hug.
The pods. Give you a hug if you want in this sweaty hug.
Yeah, I mean, especially me, lads. To be fair, I mean, I think we're all going to be sweating tomorrow. It's I mean, look at this. I'm sitting here. I have a fan. Look, that's what I have. That's a fan that spins around. It's shit. It is rubbish, and I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. And I've been giving out so much. I've actually got a cramp in my leg.
Jesus Christ! What's going on? But look, we will. Jesus, when we get over old this lad, more injury prone. I don't know who I was going to say, but we're going to be there before the game, so having a chat. We'll get your views. Then Dave, you'll disappear off in, won't you? And we'll
Yes.
Yeah, but it'd be good to see Irish fans, and 1,700.
We're gonna be.
It's going to be good. But it's a pain to do the ticket collection there. But look, just get on with it. Get there early. Look, I would say as well to everyone, in all seriousness, there's going to be cordons 3 hours before. We've seen games recently in Europe. We've suffered at the hands of ineptitude the Greek FA when we were in.
Oh God, yeah, we don't want that again.
And we've seen stuff in Paris as well. And also, they're going to be in high security alert hosting the Rugby World Cup. So
they are not messing
around. No, don't mess around with gendarmes. Is that what they are?
Well, you got three. You got three police around Paris. You got the gendarme. You got the the other police. The
Musketeers. Is it?
D'Artagnan or D'Artagnan, and the Musket Hounds running around. No, but the gendarmes. Like I mean. I haven't seen this much firepower since Louis Van Gaal threw on Pierre Van Hooijdonk and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank in Dublin 2001. I mean, you want to see this. They're not messed. The French don't mess about. And to be fair, they've had a lot of... I was actually quite sad going past Notre Dame. First time I've seen it since it burnt down. But anyway, right. So we're going to get into the comments now.
Give us our ball back. Do you not get that?
That's very tasteless. No,
like Quasi, give us our ball back.
Yes, Quasi, man. Jesus Christ. Why wouldn't you want to come up and meet us with this absolutely top banter tomorrow? So we're going to be around anyway. Very quickly, Martin, where are we going to be tomorrow before the game?
I'm going to be around St. Cloud, a couple of bars around there. Indiana Cafe Restaurant is one of them, and there's a few different places there as well.
Grand. And I'll have to bugger off. But if you want to feature on the stream, because we will be doing a live stream approximately an hour before the game kicks off, and straight away, well, give or take 5 minutes for it to all settle down, we will be doing a live stream post game as per usual. Say hello. Be lovely to see you guys, because I'll talk to you on here. We want to talk to you in person. Right, let's get into the comments. Bear with me, guys. This is on a phone. Martin Fitzpatrick, how you doing, Martin? Evan knows I'm miserable now. Graham Farrell, man, a view from Edinburgh. Fuck me, it's hot here too. What is it, like double figures up there, Graham? Is it? Edgar Byrne, name and shame.
Is that about the maybe the embargoed bit? Maybe.
No. Yeah, not allowed. Well, we always said it anyway. John Foy, the lads will have it hard to win, but I don't think they can do it. But here's hoping. Sort of cut from your cloth there, Martin. Positive. Martin Shields, how you doing, Martin? Leave in the morning. I live in Germany. Nice travel across. Bag of cans of brothwurst. Not quite a spice bag or a battered burger, Martin. Good man. Greg Farrell, this is to your reference earlier on. 4 cans or 4 candles. Yeah, there you go. Stephen Ring, would love to be over in France, lads. Enjoy just a match on Sunday for me. Good man, Stephen. We will be around Dublin as well. Kind of have to be, that's where the match is. John Foy, I think Kenny will play keep ball in their own half, a defensive game, I think. Well, look, I wouldn't have a problem with that if you go to 0-0. Cormac Murray, have Ireland go nanny chance? I think if Ireland got any chance, I think Cormac. Yeah, I don't think so, to be honest with you, Cormac. Martin, of course, thinks we're going to win 3-0 because he's Mr. Positivity, Mr. Brightside. The Killers wrote a song about you, Martin, didn't they? Mr. Brightside over there.
Yep.
Stephen Ring, Dave, how do you have no problem pronouncing Ahmedabad but always struggle with Chiodzi? I actually looked at him and I actually said his name perfectly in my head. It was like Chiadozi,
yeah, that's it.
There
was actually a horse running the other day called Chiadozi, named after the great man, I imagine. So yeah. Didn't win.
I was standing there looking at him in my mind going, Chiadozi. You are Chiadozi. You are
just something there. Nick had just put into the group there from some photos from training today that Jamie McGrath and also Chidozie of Bene were wearing bibs in the little match they did, and kind of questioned, is it an indication perhaps that they are in the starting lineup? I don't bear too much on that, to be honest, myself, because it's been wrong and right many times. But yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, I saw that actually. They were doing, yet again, I would have had those videos on. Yeah, they were doing 11v11. So they were just doing the warm ups and then they would go and play each other. But we got booed out before that. So we only had 15 minutes. Graham Farrell, thoughts with Andrew on the sad time fair play team returning up after? Absolutely, Graham. Well said, Graham Farrell. Andrew Amabamadeli, who lost his grandfather recently. And yet again, our condolences go to him and his family. Cormac Murray, is a draw or win on Sunday against the Dutch a pipe dream? Shane Duffy up front. He's probably like one of our top goal scorers in the last few years. John Harrington, what annoying podcast.
Thanks, John.
Good man. Good man. Graham Farrell. Dave, did you have a Kronenberg 64 to cool down? I'd love to, Graham, but I don't drink anymore. I am a good boy these days. Although I had a lovely cappuccino, actually. I tried to get a cappuccino on the Eurostar. I had to pay because he stopped serving me coffee. It was all part of like the standard Premier. And I said, "Oh, can I have a cappuccino?" And your man's like, "We don't have cappuccino. White coffee only. White coffee. Will that do?" Like, yes, please. I'll have white coffee. Martin Shields, this will be my second France v Ireland game in France. Yes, the last one was when Mr. Han he played with his massive hands. Yes, this will be my second one in France, and my first one was actually my first ever away trip, which I went on my own. I was over to Paris to see Henri cheat. Well, I did not. He was down the other end. I couldn't really see. So I got tucked up by the travel agent, and he made me sit in the home end. Bastard. Glenn Forbes, enjoyed a good wine and grub, Glenn. I had a McDonald's. That might be the highlight. I think we're fucked. I'm sorry to say. I think Kenny lost the team after the Greece performance. I know the lads will give it their all, but I fear as soon as it goes wrong, heads will drop 4-0. Oof. John Harrington. News the guy with the glasses. So annoying. How dare you? Why is everyone picking on me? Who is this John? Who's John Harrington? Is he a friend of yours, Martin? Is he?
No, I don't know who he is. No.
Yeah,
we're just an avid viewer, so that's just anyway. We're not going to please everybody, so
yeah. Do you know? Actually, I was having people having a go at me today on Lansdowne Road because I put a post up of Liam Brady. You know, the game where he got hauled off in 1989. And I like to do the post chronologically. So the story at that time was he got hauled off, and he retired at half. Like when he retired at halftime, he told Jack, "Right, that's it, I'm done." And he announced it the next day, and people were like, "That's bullshit! Why are you flying that around? That's nonsense! You're just looking to get likes. You're just looking to cause problems." I'm like, "No, that's but that wasn't his last game. He played against Finland." Yes, I know. And when we get to next May, I'll share that. Sorry, just a little rant there. Del Hart thought there would be a lot more travelling. Remember when it was around 10,000-15,000 during the Kerr era? It felt like the stadium was half Irish, a sign of the times. Unfortunately, fingers crossed for a footballing miracle tomorrow. Sean McDonald, may as well go for a goal. We need a miracle win. To be honest, no point in playing defensive. Jump by again. It's France. They won't get anywhere near the nets. But here's hoping. Glenn Forbes. Hope I'm wrong, and if the Green Machine shirts arrive on time, I'll be wearing that for the match, and I'll bring us look. Come on, you boys in green. Did you hear that, Martin?
Yeah, I'll be honest, Glenn. I've not even sent it yet. I'm just back from Ireland myself last week, so I will get it over to you, unless you want me to bring it over to Dublin, which I can do on Sunday if you're around for the game.
Are you around? Are you around in Dublin on Sunday, Glenn? If you're watching, Martin will hand deliver it to you. With an apology.
With a lovely set of badges as well. We will have some badges in Paris with us and some of our famous stickers as well.
Good man. Yeah, so come over. Dermot Ryan, the current Irish team have no hope. Graham, what a killjoy the injury news was. Ferguson, we can't have anything nice. The embargoes from the FA are pretentious. Oh, you only had to wait about 15 minutes. But no, I mean, to be fair, Graham, that is down to the newspapers so they can get their stuff in first. It's just the way it is. There's no problem. Very steep stadium, Martin Shields. It is. Paul Cullerton. Kenny's time has to be over as Ireland manager if he loses both games in September. He's won 5 competitive games in 4 years. #time has told. Well, I think that's 3 years. 3 years. Michael Foley, Parc de France. Yep, that's the one. And John Boy, it did. Good man, John. Paul Cullerton, thanks for all the shows. Hope you are keeping well. Very well, Paul. Hope you are well. My good man, friend of the podcast, and another friend of the podcast, Graham Farrell. Happy haircut, Dave. Never saw the birthmark before. Where is it?
On the side.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, because I'm looking at a mirror camera. The Parc de France is a ground I've always wanted to visit. Shane Paris is a hole.
It is a bit of a hole. I think it's I was thinking there, like you said, how many times people have been there. I think my first game there was the Kerr one. Then we were there for the Henri one, the Euros one. I didn't go to the rainy night with Declan Rice. Oh, he said Declan Rice. And yes, this is I think my fourth one.
You have this stupid little dance you do, like the actors when you say Macbeth. You have to get up and dance around. You know, it's a thing. The actors actually do that. That is an actual thing. You say it. Some actors will have to do. Yeah, no, it is actually a thing. Yes, birthmark. I used to tell people in my drinking days that was actually a tattoo of Australia because I was a fan of Crocodile Dundee. You would be surprised how many people believed it. So much dying for the dirt.
So much dying
shirt.
For that. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It's quite good. We can guess at some kind of correction.
Yes, we can. Eamon O'Dominic, if I butcher that, I do apologise. The scene of many's the Irish of the scene of many's the attraction of the Irish rugby team back in the 70s and 80s. Don't think we ever won there. Oh yes, because obviously that was the national stadium until Saint Denis was open in 97, 98 for the World Cup. Michael Foley, he pulled his wallet. That's when my leg went. Graham Farrell, so lads, who plays up top? Well, I think it'd be Ogbenny, and I think he'll go with Ida. I think Ida will definitely play. I think he's going to go with three in midfield. And who did you say you'd have Ogbenny?
I think he's going to go Ogbenny, Connolly Ogbenny on the right, left Connolly, and then Ida up front on his own, but them trying to get up and support him high. But otherwise, sitting quite contained.
Stephen Ring, I heard Ferguson and he's back by carrying the hopes of the entire country the last 15 years. Possibly. John Floyd defensive tomorrow. That's the game plan. Kenny will play. Sean McDonald, we need Alan Brown at the right. Oh, Jesus, don't let Nick hear you say that, John. Graham Farrell, Bazunu, Knight, Collins, Belmadeli, O'Shea, McLean, Malumbi, Cullen, Smallbone, Ogbenny, and Conley. I have, except, I don't know with Conley. I think he'll go with Ida. He loves Adam Ida. But yeah, Ida or Conley, to be fair. He looked quite sharp actually today, Conley. Did in training, was watching him. Graham Farrell, but Benny dropping into midfield and leave Conley out as out ball. Yeah, that's fair.
It was kind of the plan for the home game, but it was Benny doing the out ball. So.
Stephen Ring, Fessy is the only one fast enough to keep up with Mbappe. If he's going to start against Juventus, he could not to start against France. I know it didn't go very well from against Juventus. But now I hear your point, Cormac Prendergast. Will Keane masterclass incoming? He too looked quite good in training, actually. Graham Farrell, check a 0-0, but I think it'd be a 3-0 and would be late goals. And also want to care we should have won that day. O'Shea missed a cracking chance at the back. He did. It was actually just a game of attrition. You know, that was the thing with Kerr, wasn't it? There was no real game plan. It was just really hard to beat and then sort of grind out draws in competitive games. I remember watching that back. But yeah, that was the one where, do you remember, Martin? It just skids around the post.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was a terrible France side, missing loads of players. Michael Foley, France still, one. Stephen Ray.
What else also happened in that France Kerr game right before kickoff? What happened to Roy Keane? Can you remember?
He forgot his piece.
Yeah,
and he had to run off the pitch. Yeah. His
prepare to fail, Roy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Stephen Ring. Unfortunately, I think that wouldn't be the first time now he's contradicted himself. But anyway, Stephen Ring. Unfortunately, I think this will be another glorious performance that will end in an hour loss. John Floyd vicious, but we will see. Hickmans, hope you brought protection, Dave. Very warm weather. I have lots of protection. Plenty of water just over there. I'm trying to get a decent shot right now. Graham Farrell didn't know Wallace made to Paris. The grommet go into a kennel. I'm not sure that's about. John Foy, I'd say draw at best if he could play a good defensive game. They won't go for it. I'm just going to actually try and fly through. There's so many comments here. It's actually pressing on a thing. It's slowing down. So I'm just going to fly through, guys. Don't worry. Michael Foley, that's my heart, my head says otherwise. John Foy, we would only before that handball. Michael Foley, that's from beating them away. Michael Foley, I was at the 3-2 game, was 12. Oh, okay. A bit more about that, actually. Michael Foley, 1981. Graham Farrell, didn't Brady get the winner? And Sean McDonald, was that in Dalymount Park, Michael? And there's a little conversation going in here. And, it was in Lansdowne Road. And Graham Farrell says his dad was at it. That's what I like about this. We have a little sort of a chin wag. John Foy, live long and prosper on the Metro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's like being on the Starship Enterprise when you're trying to. I mean, look at that paper. And one guy just like jumped off. He just jumped over the fucking rails in front of the guy. You know, the barrier. He just looked from went, looked at him again. Went, what are you gonna do? And then I, like an idiot, instead of going out the exit up the stairs, I ended up tapping back in again. I was like, oh shit, no, I need to get out of here. Anyway, sorry, just gone. Graham Farrell. Sorry, just a lot more talk about that 1981. Was that the one in 05 when Thierry scored at Worley? We were unlucky that night. Was that the first leg in 09? And Croker report at night too. I was, Graham. I remember walking at that one in Lansdowne Road, and my manager, I was working at Paddy Powers. My manager had a migraine. I was just walking around, and I was just like Gibbon, Keane, Vieira, Zidane. It's just wow, you know, I was gobsmacked. And then I missed a goal literally seconds later because I took her out the West Stand and just like threw her into a taxi. I heard this bloody chant, but anyway. Paul Gallen, Ireland getting tonked, lads. Eddie O'Byrne, that bloody hotel, yeah, it's not great, is it? Eddie. There's a proper sweatbox. And Graham Farrell, to my question earlier on, yes, 21. Sorry, it's not 32, Ginge. Charming. Michael Foley says you'll never forget that Henri handball. And Graham Farrell, bollocks, I saw you at a Guinness in Dublin a while ago. That was actually a 0.00 Guinness. So there you go. Colin Shell, do you think Will Keane will feature tomorrow, Mark? Quickly, do you think he'll feature?
No, I don't think he will now. I think he'll go with other options first. He always seems to want to miss out as well. So, no.
Fair. Stephen Ring, I think John Harrington must be Nick's partner account. Yeah. John Damlican, Johnny Egan, header from a corner finish, 1-1. Sean McDonald, he's on about when I was talking about 1989 and Liam Brady dragged off Sean McDonald. Yeah, because Liam Brady wanted to play football and he passed the ball from our half like a proper footballer. Yeah, but unfortunately he didn't pick up Dorfner. And that led to the equaliser. That was a funny story about that one. Jack wrote in the team that Jack built. I actually spoke to Paul Rowan about that particular book, and I did tell him, Martin, that because I shared a taxi with him from the ground in Greece, and just had immensely enjoyed that book, and I really wish I had written a sequel before Champagne Football, and I just absolutely loved that book. But that's one where Jack said, didn't he? He goes, look, they wanted Galvin, they wanted Staple, they wanted Brady. And, the Irish love the heroes. He never get rid of them. So put them on display. What happens? Frank Stapleton scored. And put us in the lead. And that game against Finland was Chippy's testimonial, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It was May 1990, Graham. And he played something like 20 minutes and he was taken off. And they went 1-0 up with an absolute whirly. Michael Foley, guys, love the podcast. How about them apples, John Harrington? How about those apples, John Harrington? Barry Doyle asks, any tickets gone for Sunday? Is that Barry that I used to work with? Sorry, I can't quite see there. Any tickets gone for Sunday? Anyone there, lads? Anyone can help Barry out? Graham Farrell, yes. Roy Keane forgot his jockstrap.
Sean McDonald, I went to the one in Denman Park in 1988. Believe it or not, my cousin Joe Dunn was the back. I think we lost 1-0 that night. Okay. Did you know that one? Actually, that's 1989. Dalymount Park. Here's a bit of history lesson for you there, Sean. It was actually 1989, and that was the first ever live friendly shown by RTE. Did you know that, Martin? They didn't show friendlies until 1989. Yep. Do you remember we did the episode about Brazil '87? They didn't.
Oh,
they
yeah,
showed
yeah.
like some fucking thing with Derek Davis. See, that's what you get here in the Green Machine. More chance of Roy Keane playing tomorrow. Graham Farrell, I think, over Will Keane. Stephen Ring, lads, will you be in the Chris Social Club before the match on Sunday?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
I might not be, Stephen, because I've got to do obviously media duties. It's a bit of a free for all in the L media section.
I will. Yes, I will be there, and I should be being joined by a former Ireland player, but I'm not going to say who it is.
Oh! Wait, hold on. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's not Robbie Fowler. That's an old Archduke 8199. Will there be many away fans here tomorrow night, lads? I remember we drew 0-0 with France in the late 80s. Delhiman was at it. 1700, I believe. I haven't seen many tonight. Now, to be fair, and I'm quite central. To be fair, so but I haven't seen any walk past a few Irish pubs. Sean McDonald, 1989. You're right. Absolutely, Sean. Your first ever match, Sean. That's brilliant. Mine one was 2002. When we smashed Denmark 3-0. Martin's was first ever match. It was actually an England match.
England just went to the May 1985.
Yeah, 2-1. That was Gary Lineker's debut.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Liam Brady scored, I think.
Brazil 86, I think, tried something a list. Left from Wexford to the game, got 6 from Michael Foley. That was 87, Michael. Sorry, it's just dates. But 87. Yeah, because you couldn't watch it on the telly. There was about like 10,000 people at it. John Foy, is Paul McGrath? Is he the one that's joining you, Martin?
No. No, it's not. No, sorry, it's not Paul McGrath. No.
The Rigger fans will be there, says Michael Foley. Not sure that is. My first competitive. Oh, the Rugger fans. Yes. Yes. And the last one, my first competitive. Graham Farrell. My first competitive one was Ireland 3, Cyprus 0, 2005. I watched that with my missus at the time, actually. Andy Reid Screamer. Stephen Ring, my first ever on match was the Henry handball game. And yes, Michael corrects it with Rugger. Right. Lads. We're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Dan Spellcheck says Michael Foley. We believe you. Lads, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for the interaction. Glenn, who has the shirt, get in touch, and Martin will hand deliver to you on Sunday if you are going. If not, we'll
arrange to get it out to you as soon as possible.
We'll get it out to you, and we'll sort you out. We'll sort you out. And actually, this was quite poignant. Archduke 8199. My first game was own hands, last 4-1 defeat to Denmark in 1985. Yeah, that was it. He knew he was going. I remember the clip of him actually looking up at the ground going, yeah, about 5 people showed up. Anyway, right, we're going to leave it there. Guys, tomorrow we will be up near the ground. We'll have a few posts going during the day. We'll be live on Facebook and YouTube about 7:45 local time, which is 6:45 your time over there. So we will be there. Usual stuff applies, lad. Say what you want. Within reason, have your say when we get the team in, and then after the game, we will be live straight away. If you see us, mate, come over, say hello. We might play on the stream anyway. Martin, my good man, I will see you. I will see you tomorrow at what time are you coming in at?
I'll be there by about 1:30, I think.
1:30 local time or your time?
Our time. UK time. So 2:30 your time. No, 1:30 your time. 1:30 your time. France. Yeah.
He hasn't even left the country, folks.
Prendergast going back to France, where I'll be welcomed like a hero. Came over there from 1066 to family. Battle of Hastings, 1166 to Ireland. Built castles in Ireland and everything we did. So have I not told you my castle story? Yeah. Enniscorthy Castle, built by a Prendergast. I'll put a photo up later of my visit to Enniscorthy Castle, and there is a kind of infographic of what Maurice de Prendergast, a knight who built it, looked like, and I think he looks a bit like me, to be honest.
I need to see that. No. I tell you.
So yeah, we welcome like a hero back to France.
Oh yeah, with a warrant. I tell you who you.
Oh, you're not going to put the bear photo up? Oh, for God's sake! How is that me? See,
that's you.
I'm glad now. I thought we were having a stutter in there.
No
problems.
No, not at all. There was Martin. I looked over. I had to do a double take, Martin, because he's a big teddy bear. Right, lads, we're going to leave it there. We will be around tomorrow. We will be live, and of course, we'll be in Dublin, and then we'll do a whole we'll do a preview whilst we're all in Dublin. Same again. Probably won't be live for that. Well, this one wasn't even supposed to be live. It was actually. We might actually go live. We might go live on Saturday when we get in, but I'll be over at the press conference there anyway. If you see us about, guys, give us a shout. But we'll be back live tomorrow, 7:45 French time, 6:45 Irish UK time, and then we'll be live straight after the game. We're going to leave it there, folks. Bear with me. This isn't going to be the usual smooth outro that I do. Chance to be a fine thing because I'm doing it on your phone. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.